What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. Now, Floyd Mayweather finally gets tired of Adrien Broner, blaming him and everybody else for his problems. Now, you guys, I could have played the video, but I believe I did already. And if I didn't, I spoke about it in a previous video where Adrien Broner was talking about if he was Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather was him, he would have already had this exhibition for 100 million and neither one of them have to fight ever again and all of this other stuff. So you have a grown man accounting on another grown man to make sure he's okay, depending on him. Now, let me just say, Adrien Broner was constantly talking about billions. Remember the episode of or some little YouTube show? Yeah, I think that was it. Or could have been a separate video where he was bragging, talking about I don't carry nothing but 50s and 100s. Yo, who put these 20s in here? Yo, I swear to God, I don't even know how they got there. He went and took the 20s and ripped them up, flushed them down the toilet. And like I said, he could have just went to a complete stranger and said, hey, you know what? Bless, man. Hey, have a good day. And he could have just did something like that. You know, he could have went to a homeless shelter. He could have something where he's contributing something that he didn't have to, but he's doing it, right? But instead, he's flushing money down the toilet. And I'm going to let Floyd say the other stories because I've heard these stories before. I've seen it, put it like that, and heard, but people wasn't acknowledging the wrong in what he was doing. Just like what I just said. But I'm going to let y'all listen to what Floyd had to say. But before I let y'all listen to Floyd, see, now Adrien Broner's broke. I said to you guys, you see, the Adrien Broner fans, you know, always, no matter what he says, he's never wrong. He's never accountable for anything that he does. He doesn't show a sense of responsibility. One of the things that keep a person from changing for the better is because they don't take accountability for their own actions. And instead of them understanding what they're doing wrong in their own life, they just fail to see it. It's everybody else. It's not me. It's you. You supposed to be my mans. You supposed to make sure I'm good. If Floyd Mayweather and Adrien Broner would have had an exhibition, whatever, and it would have been for 100 million, he would have just found a way to blow that 100 million. And the same way that they did that in an exhibition, he'd have been feeling like, well, imagine whether it's against each other or whether, it's against somebody else. My profile is up. See, everything he's saying that what Floyd should have did with him, Floyd was already good. Floyd didn't need to do this stuff. Okay, so Adrien Broner is looking for a payday. That's what Adrien Broner's doing. You heard him before. It was after the Sean Porter loss. He said to Maidana, that loss was the best thing that ever happened to him because it let him see who was really in his corner and who wasn't. Then against Sean Porter, something, same type of situation, man. I got to get it, man, I leave these streets alone, man, get serious about my career. This is his own words. But then, also when he lost to Sean Porter, he was, man, I ain't gonna keep fighting these big guys, man. Like, well, you make it sound like somebody made you do it. You chose to go to 147. And basically, if you were going to be the man after Floyd at 147, then, it's irrelevant to even make that comment. So Floyd was a smaller guy, naturally came up to 147, even for that 154, at one point. So in a particular fight. But basically, my whole thing is, it's something about Adrien where people just baby this guy and make it seem like it's everybody else. I'm the one who brought Tank Davis to Floyd. Okay? Once I got everything in order, straightened out, then I was going to start managing Tank. You can't even manage yourself. Floyd's his own boss. Let's not forget. You can't even manage yourself. What was you okay? If Floyd and LB, if TMT and what they got going over there at the PBC, if y'all feel like they're not doing a good job with Tank, which I don't think that they're not doing a good job. I just think that they could do, and it's not just a they. Let me say this. It's not just PBC. These different fighters fight on different platforms for different promotions. It's a whole joint thing. It's just that they openly say what everybody else won't say. Okay, not so much about trying to keep it in-house, but and also, yeah, the fact that they're trying to keep it in-house, that is a wedge between Tank and these other fighters. But bottom line is, you don't see these other fighters take Floyd, take Tank out of it. Look at all these other fights that should be made, but they're not being made. Okay, so it's not just a Tank thing. But bottom line is, if you think they're not doing a good job, what the hell was Tank what was Adrien Broner going to do? Like what was he going to do? For Tank. So pretty much, you make it seem like Floyd did something to like stab him stab you in the back. He took he took Tank from you. Tank's his own man. Tank know how to make his mind up. But then too, look at Tank's career. Look at Devin Haney's career. Look at your career. Tank was wild, acting up, doing wild stuff at one point, and he seemed like he was hard headed as well. And then start to realize, man, I need to focus on his boxing. I need to focus on it. This is what I do. You running around getting locked up every other month. You running around blaming everybody for what you do wrong. Then you sitting up on Vlad TV, sitting up in front of any camera, blaming Floyd, Al Heyman, Leonard Ellaby. It's everybody but you. And when Floyd was telling people, look, Adrien Broner, he gotta change with the way he's doing things. You want to be successful in the ring, you got to look at what you do outside the ring. The problem with idiots is that whatever Floyd did, aside from, even like with the situation with the kid's mom, none of us was there to know what happened. None of us. And for anybody who's ever been falsely accused, you know how that can go. All roads point to you being guilty just to find out, nah, he wasn't guilty. No, she really didn't do that. But because you want Floyd to be guilty, oh, yeah, because even this and even that and blah, blah, but y'all the same people that said Mike Tyson was innocent. Was we there? No. You choose to believe Mike Tyson's story. And even for Mike Tyson himself to say he don't like the person he used to be. Yeah, but that was then. You got to, like people change, man. You got to let go of things. But y'all still hold shit against Floyd like he did something to you guys. And then two, Floyd was the only person speaking out saying these things. So now all of a sudden, Floyd is jealous. Floyd's a hater. And then Adrien Broner says, I don't think bro want to see me with that kind of money. I don't think him or you. What you mean? Do you want to see yourself with that kind of money? Because you are the one. Floyd is not the reason you're getting yourself in trouble. He has nothing to do with that. That's your choice. And like I said, I believe they see the professionalism. I know, just listening, when you hear Floyd, and even before this interview, I told you guys before in the previous video, it's his lack of professionalism, his lack of dedication, his ignorance, his immaturity. Okay, and even for Floyd to sit back and see what he's doing and, realize, Adrien is setting himself up for failure. Who would invest in that fighter? What do you think? If Floyd do this, that will change him? No, he has to change on his own. He has to want to change. I don't care if it's your blood brother. Whoever it is that's doing screwed up things, when you say to them, look, you need to slow down, they don't want to hear that. They just want to do what they want to do. Until those individuals, want to change, there's nothing you can say. Only thing they're going to do is get an attitude with you and feel like, oh, you coming down on them because you're not putting up that nonsense and you refuse to make excuses for them. So my thing in life is this. You don't have to change for Aries. You need to change for you. But until you do change, we can't be around each other. Like I said, with some people, the best way for you guys to just keep calm waters is just to stay away from each other. Why would you invest in someone that does not love their craft? Fuck love it. They don't respect themselves enough to even say, you know what, this is what I do. I need to dedicate myself to this. People die in this ring. There's people that would love to be in my position, but I'm going to take it for granted. I mean, I remember Pauline Malignaggi after their fight, some couple of years or whatever it was, a year or so, whatever down the road, they were being interviewed, and Paulie told him, man, you better take advantage of it, make the most of it, because it doesn't last forever, man. Everybody, Adrien was so cocky, so arrogant, so brash, so ignorant, man, just constantly doing something to try to impress these cameras. He just did a lot of dumb, unprofessional things, and now he's sitting here begging for money. He put himself in his position. Plain and simple. You guys probably have family members that you don't forgive, but you treat him like he can do no wrong. And when you have people around you, think about this. When he was supposed to be doing this so-called rap stuff, I remember him sitting in the car driving, giving a whole story about how he did this and that for this person, but they took advantage of his kindness and they did him dirty. Found out they're not really his friends. He always had some kind of story about what somebody did, but why wasn't your focus on your bread and butter, which is boxing? No, you all over the place and can't dedicate yourself to anything. So why would anybody invest and have trust in someone that's not stable, have no structure in their life? Come on, people. Like when y'all hear this, it's like it's nothing new, but this is recent. This is a recent. This is Floyd Mayweather basically responding to all this stuff because Adrien Broner basically is jumping on interview after interview after interview, talking the same thing. Floyd ain't do this. Floyd ain't do that. Floyd won't fight me in the exhibition. Floyd won't help me make money. Floyd won't do this. What can you do for yourself? In fact, another good question. What happened to all the millions that you made already? And when Floyd was the one telling you, yo, AB, you better slow down, man. You better change the way you're doing things. Adrien Broner seemed like the hard-headed type that you can't tell him nothing. He has to learn everything. No, he has to experience everything the hard way, but not learn from his own bad decisions. That's the kind of person he seems like. Listening to him talk, and he's very on some arrogant shit, and tries to. It's like I said, he as a man, you look back and you realize, I thought I was doing the right thing, but I realized I wasn't. The reason he could never do that is because of his own ignorance, his own ego. So all this big bro, I need you. Well, when big bro was telling you, look, man, you better slow down. Put yourself in a situation where you have to hire someone for a job. What they present to you is not always just how good of a worker they might turn out to be, because they may be qualified in terms of the work. You don't know until you put them to work. But if they give you a vibe, it's something like, you could hire someone that know the job, but they don't dedicate themselves. They don't come to get the job done. Then you can know someone who has no experience but can learn, and bam, there you go. That's your worker. We don't know Adrien Broner. Floyd Mayweather does. So at the end of the day, all this taking sides and making excuses don't change the fact Adrien Broner still has a lot of growing up to do. I told you guys several months ago, even last year, Adrien Broner's done. He is not elite. He can't rise to the top when it's fight time. He just pulled out of a fight talking about how he had mental health issues and he still got a lot left, and he's wasting his time. If you look at him, still got the pot belly, fat face. What is he doing? Do you ever see him in the gym training anymore? All you see him doing is going from video to video complaining about Floyd and everybody. Let's listen to Floyd.
Adrien Broner calls, his nickname is the Father. I think we have a lot of problems, Adrien Broner was just an alcoholic 6 months ago.
Mm.
And, one thing I'm trying to find out, about Adrien Broner, is he a boxing promoter? Is he a rapper? Is he a porn star? Or is he a gangster? To say, like I said before, the problem, that's what Adrien Broner like to call himself. You're not mistaken. And the problem that he really needs to focus on is this problem in terms of.
Okay, nonetheless, though, now think about it. So, with all of the recent ranting and complaining that Adrien Broner's been doing, this goes 6 years back. 6 years back. So he's been screwing up. This is the whole point. Now, this is new to a lot of people. You know what I mean? So when I'm listening to this, like I said, he got my attention when he just said the Sean Porter thing and the Madonna thing, because he said he got Madonna problems, and I had to clean that up for him, which we know. Remember him saying, nah, I had to get revenge for little bro. And, but at the end of the day, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So this is not like it's something new. See, that goes to show you. People forget. This is from way back, 6 years ago. These issues and problems with Adrien Broner obviously haven't went away. Now the same man that you're begging for help, for help from, you're trying to bury him. You're trying to bury him. And not to mention, see, in the video, the thumbnail has the more recent photo of Adrien Broner, and the most recent video when he was talking about if it was me and I was big bro, I'd have made sure we, listen, man, we gonna fight this exhibition, 10 rounds for $100 million and all this. We ain't never got to fight again. See, that's what they got in the thumbnail. That's what they got in the thumbnail. So they added that, but this is the audio from Floyd addressing. No, he's not addressing that. He's not. This was something from way back. But again, it goes to show you what I'm saying. So Floyd is not even wasting his time clapping back, because it's like, this is what he had to say 6 years ago. So now it's like, okay, no. I know what Floyd, what Adrien is. He can tell people what he wants, but his career isn't going anywhere because of himself. And again, you don't invest into somebody that's not stable. You don't waste time. And when you see something ahead of time that makes you uncomfortable about a person, it's like if you were trying to settle down with someone, right? And you come to find out that person's all over the place, sleeping around with a bunch of people. Are you going to accept that person and say, well, once they get to know me, they'll change. When they see how much I have to offer, how much love I have in my heart, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, they're going to change. No, that would be foolish. If it's in them, it's in them. People will change when they're ready to, not because you want them to. So just from way back, and now you listen to what, is being said. This is like, so he's been doing this for the longest. But people are like, yo, if Adrien Broner could just, if he just focused, I'm telling you, man, it's wishful thinking. So that goes to show you, like I say, old habits, they die hard. It's not easy for people to stop doing certain things. So once you have something in your system, no matter how toxic it is, it just becomes a thing of, you want people to just accept your nonsense, let you do what it is you're going to do. And for you to have a career and focus on it, all these other things. And then when he said the porno thing too, I'm like, yeah, because I remember, see, that's the thing. I remember him on that little YouTube show about Billions when he had the little clip of him and his buddy on stage rapping or whatever, him dancing and rapping on stage. And then he's supposed to be a promoter, a rap promoter. Then he's supposed to be a rapper and a rap promoter. Then he was supposed to be, exactly, a porn star. He was supposed, all the stuff he's claiming and getting involved in instead of focusing on boxing. I mean, and it's just crazy because when you hear everything that he keeps saying, how do people listen to that and not realize, Adrien, you're not taking responsibility for your own self and your own actions. You can't blame people for what you won't do. To hear a grown man say, yo, Al, y'all got to keep me busy, man. Like when I'm boxing, only time I'm in trouble is when I'm not boxing, man. When I'm training, and I don't get in no trouble. This is coming from a grown 30-plus-year-old man. You don't have self-control. You don't know how to not get yourself in trouble. As a grown man, you don't feel ashamed of yourself on your knees with your hands on top of your head with cops surrounding you because you're putting yourself in lousy situations. So even from way back, people forget what was said, what was done. This is not a new thing. This is something that's been going on with Adrien Broner. I think that overall, he's 33 years old. At his age, if he doesn't understand by now, he's not a kid anymore. And he needs to do things in a grown-up way. People always talking that real niggas do real nigga shit. No, screw all that. Real men, okay? Grown-ups do grown-up things. That's that part. That part. And remember, you heard what Floyd said. His problem is in Cincinnati. Because, see, he's still running the streets. Remember out there knocking people out, knocking out civilians, getting into fights out in the street, choking women over book bags, and his friends playing pranks on him. Don't you remember him making the same reference to Tank about Baltimore? And then Tank himself came to that conclusion that, I'm from Baltimore, I love Baltimore, but I got to get away from all the distractions. Okay, at some point you got to realize. And see, let me just be 110% straight to the point. That's part of a lot of these fighters' problems. Because y'all think, nah, I'm a real nigga. I do real nigga shit. And I don't want niggas to see me and think like I'm on some fake shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still that nigga. And that's why your fucking careers don't progress. So at least thankfully for Tank, he understands. Look, man, it's either boxing or the fucking streets. Simple. Ain't no different. You got rappers that come out and they come out making a bunch of street music, regardless to the level of their, lyrical prowess or whatever. But, whatever. They get respect for what they talking about. And you're a real nigga. They need to be talking some real shit. And then all of a sudden, that same rapper starts traveling the world, starts making money. He's no longer struggling. And he get to see that, damn, it's a lot of beautiful things in this world that I never knew of being stuck back in that neighborhood that I'm from. But now they start to get a different perspective. And all of a sudden now, that person is sitting down writing a song. They don't feel like rhyming about killing. They don't want to make another song about drug dealing. They don't want to make another song about getting chased by the cops. They don't want to make another song about, I'm going to kill this nigga when I see him. Now they want to make a song that just make people feel good. They want to make a song that make people want to dance. Now they're not talking about bitches and hoes. They talking about the woman that they love. Now they talking about, appreciating your mother and father. They don't, nothing lasts forever. They want to give you some grown-up topics. Now all those cats that was cheering for them at one point, like, this nigga fell off. Fuck this nigga, man. He talking all this bullshit, love your wife. Fuck them hoe ass bitches. Now, them same people that's my nigga. Now they looking at you like, nigga, you fell the fuck off. Am I right? No, damn well. That's the way things go. And even at press conferences, listen to Adrien Broner the way he talks. Nigga, them niggas, I ain't worried about no nigga. I knock any nigga out. I ain't saying I don't value from no nigga. All is like, damn, listen to you. You are talking to a nationwide audience. But you guys are so caught up on this. Oh, I'm not saying nigger. I'm saying nigga and all. And it's like, don't make a difference. Don't make a difference. You still don't see how you carry yourself and what you portray to people. It's not about trying to act like somebody you're not. That's the sad part. You should. And with that being said, it's the type of situation where you have to think, well, if this is who you really truly are, this guy that has no structure in his life, this guy that is not really stable, this guy that just pulled out of a fight because of mental health issues, according to him, after claiming he just want to fight, he's ready. Somebody got to get it. 6-month training camp. Something went wrong, and I don't believe nothing about what he say. And in fact, reality, if you even look at him on those videos talking, and you notice he's always like sitting kind of like he from here. If you remember the one video, I it might have been after somebody's fight where he was walking. You could see the motherfucker still had a pot belly, and he looked way heavier than 140 pounds. So it's like, like, you got to understand who he's involved with. Floyd Mayweather gets up and jogs 3-4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that dedicated. What's his slogan? Hard work, dedication. So for you to want to be anything close to what Floyd was, and you don't have that same dedication, and Leonard Ellerbe, Al Heyman, all these people, they've seen it in Floyd. They know that he has it. He's still out here at his age doing exhibitions, making way more money than what these active fighters are making. And you can't even get yourself in the mix. Ask yourself this question. If Floyd is so terrible, right? And all of what you're saying, how come no other promotion want to pick up Adrien Broner? Why nobody else is willing to take, it's like, yeah, guy, you're just a bad risk. I don't see anybody else giving any invitations to him to say, hey, Adrien, we see the potential in you. Floyd ain't acting right. Come on over here. No, nobody wants that problem. Let's listen. Let's finish.
One of my cars cost more than he made in his whole career. You gotta realize, Mayweather promotion, what we do is we take our time and we build superstars because Mayweather promotion holds the record for pay-per-view. And we know Adrien Broner is a free TV type fighter. We all know super fights happen on Saturday. Because I don't want Adrien to get nothing twisted as far as in DC. I commend and take my hat up to everyone in DC. That arena, and I truly believe we can have a sellout, and I think we do have a sellout. Yeah. That sellout is not because of Adrien Broner. That sellout is because of that last name, my last name, and the first name on the promotion company. It's either Floyd Mayweather or Mayweather Promotion. However you want to write it, that's the reason why that arena is sold out. Because if you took me to a place, if you took me to Cincinnati, and I fought in Cincinnati, I'd fill out the state. Wow. If you took me to Cincinnati, I couldn't fight in an arena. Once again, if I fought in Cincinnati, I couldn't fight in an arena. I had to fight in a stadium, a baseball stadium, and the whole state would show up. These small-time fighters think they're big because they got a couple necklaces. They run behind rap artists, and a couple of videos go up on world stars. All of them, they think when they made a couple dollars, they think they made it to the big league. If you think I'm bullshit, you can call Phil Watson. We will tell you how Adrien Broner would call his phone every day trying to get in touch with me. Please put me in touch with Floyd. I really want to talk to him. I think the best name for him is not the problem. It's a snake. The reason why is because of this. Say if a snake has been hurt, you nurture that snake. The snake is hurt and sick. You nurture that snake. You help that snake. You give that snake medicine. And you get that snake back to 100%.
It bites you.
So as you turn your back, snake will bite you. When everyone always went out there and said negative things about Adrien Broner, I stood and had his back. All of it.
True.
He called me the other day, and I tried to give him some positive advice. Then soon as I'm not looking or I don't know what's going on, what do? He gonna bite me. He gonna bite me in the back. Adrien Broner, like I said before, he got a lot to learn. I'm gonna continue to say that he has a lot to learn. There's hopefully he's making smart investments.
Now, let me say this. For one, if anybody knows what type of money Adrien Broner is making, it would be Floyd. Now, if that information is in full disclosure to us, which I don't even care about that, but okay, so roughly what a guy's making. We don't know, is he getting, is it just flat fee? Are they splitting the gate? Whatever. Okay, but regardless, the point is he would know. Two, that's something that people need to understand as well. Off camera is what you guys overlook. You think that the only thing that happens between these people is something that the cameras show. So the relationship between two people, you and I have had people that we have to sever ties with people, okay? And they can go give a completely different account of what actually happened. So take the fanboyism BS out of it and look at it for what it really is. Something has had to been seen in Adrien Broner. They had to see something in him to say, nah, Adrian's not worth our time. It's what he's doing to himself. But let Adrien tell it. He's jealous of him. Jealous of what? And if that makes any sense to y'all, he's jealous of what? Oh, he knew I was going to be a bigger star than him. He knows that I'm really better than him. Like what sentence is going to follow? He's jealous of me. Oh, Floyd don't want to see nobody do better than him. Floyd don't, and it's like, okay, well, at the end of the day, for a grown man to leave his fate in the hands of another grown man, and that person's fans end up saying, oh, he's jealous. Why? Because he said so? But then you overlook all the information that you're hearing from Floyd. Now, mind you, this is 6 years ago. But like I said, the content creator had the recent video as a thumbnail of Adrien Broner. But yeah, so this is nothing new. This is from way back. 6 years ago. And look at what he said. 6 months ago, Adrien Broner was an alcoholic. So through all the problems, is that Floyd's fault? Is it Floyd's fault that he keep going broke? Is it Floyd's fault that he keep going out getting arrested? Is it Floyd's fault that even when he gives him advice to try to keep him, keep him in check in here, that he goes out and does what he wants to do anyway? That's Floyd's fault? Come on, y'all. Like I said, Adrien is done. He's done. He did all that talk about Vargas. I think Vargas in the first fight, when they were supposed to fight the first time, something happened with Vargas and Vargas canceled. Now he does the same thing, a couple of months ago, and basically claiming he has mental health issues. But every time you see Adrien, what is he doing? Going from video to video to video to tell everybody how much of a fucking hater Floyd Mayweather is. You're asking me for help, but then you're talking shit about me. You bite the hand that feeds you. I mean, hopefully, fuck greatest of all time, fuck all of this, Mount Rushmore and all this, pound for pound. Hopefully, that man can realize what he's doing wrong and get his shit together. Because anybody would be a fool to invest in someone that's not dedicated. And if he can do what he's, the things he's saying about Floyd, why would anybody else be dumb and trust him? Because the one thing about loyalty, you find out the hard way a lot of times. I dealt with someone that I was trying to help, boom, take off with me in something that we were doing. And the problem was that person didn't want to see me there. But when I found out, I did what I had to do. Same thing. So Floyd is supposed to treat Adrien like your career is more important than mine. No, you gave him the blueprint. I'm not going to say it was the same situation, but it kind of reminds me of Roy Jones and Derek Smoke Gannon, where it got to a point where, Smoke was, Roy should have did this and Roy should have did that. And, I'm trying to do, and it's like, if Roy Jones is in a position where he can, but he just won't, is it because of something in you that's missing, or is it a misunderstanding? What is it? Are you expecting too much from Roy? We don't know. And it didn't get that deep between them where it wasn't all blown up like, social media and all that wasn't there, back then. But it's just one of those things where you go into a fight and get knocked the fuck out. Roy Jones is still undefeated at that point. Well, just what the one bullshit loss to Montel Griffin, the disqualification. But Roy Jones has a career to focus on. These guys are always blaming somebody else. Same thing. 50 Cent try to line up, Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo, for them to be able to take their own careers, get their own, road managers and all this and try to show them business. No, they want 50 to do everything for them. Then 50 should have did this and 50. Wait, what about you? You're a grown ass man. But again, it's somebody else's fault. Anyway, I'm glad that person did bring it to my attention, because then, just sitting here when I realized, I'm like, wow. So it just exemplifies my point. It crystallizes what I'm saying. This is nothing new. Adrien has been on the wrong path. Until he gets off of it, he's going to continue to self-destruct. He has to take his life serious, not depending on Floyd or somebody else to give him what he can go out and try to get on his own. Nothing for him. He needs to start looking for something else as well. Because boxing, he's not cut out for this shit anymore. Simple. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all in the next video.